Good morning. If you're gonna hang out with me every week for months, you're gonna catch me on a bad hair day. I want to break down the map of Alaska and the races around Alaska, and we're gonna talk about the Ace race. And I want to kind of describe to you where it is. So I'm gonna try sharing a screen, which I totally have done before. Let's see how this goes. So boom, we're sharing a screen. This is pretty crazy. Look at us in 2022. I had to check the year. This is the worst day of my life right now. Okay, there we go. Now we're going full screen. This is the world. So this is Earth. This is the planet that we're all inhabiting. Um, Look how far away this place is. It's pretty crazy. It's like a 4-hour flight from Washington to Alaska, and I have to go home to Georgia like every year. It's a long flight. All right, let's zoom this bad boy in. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. We got Fairbanks. That was too fast. I zoomed in too fast. We got Fairbanks. We've got Anchorage right here, where all these little places are that I've driven to, so it hasn't marked in my map. Then we have Bethel and Kotzebue and Nome is right here. All right, so this is the home of the Cusco 300. Anchorage is where the ceremonial start of the Iditarod is, and just an hour north here in Willow is where the actual restart of the Iditarod is, and it goes across all this down to Unalakleet, along the coast to Nome. Where Bethel, we can kind of concentrate on Bethel a little bit more specifically leading up to the Cusco 300, but generally it's that race starts in Bethel and goes up the Kuskokwim River right here and goes to Antioch, and then they turn around and go back to Bethel. And you got the Kobuk 440 happens up here. It's a 440-mile race. It happens in April. Okay. Now let's break down the Alpine Creek Excursion. So this is a race that happens very, very accessible race for a lot of people. So it happens on the Denali Highway. Here's Denali Park, this area. All right, that's where Denali, the tallest mountain in North America, is. And in the 50s, they built, this highway, the Glen Highway here. They built the Denali Highway as well, so that you could access Denali National Park, and that's what this road is right here. It looks like a highway, but it is a dirt road. It's a dirt road, and so originally to go visit Denali National Park, you had to leave Anchorage and drive all the way out here to Glen Allen, take a left, and go up this highway to a little town called Paxson. That's not even on the map anymore because no one lives there anymore. And then you'd go 135 miles across this dirt road, and it's got some potholes in it, so you're going pretty slow all the way across here, making it to Cantwell, and eventually you're driving into Denali. So this dirt road is still maintained, but it's only drivable in the summer, and in the winter they just kind of let it snow. And a lot of people come out here to play on their snowmobiles. A lot of people also come out here to train their sled dog teams because it's known to be a pretty snowy area. It's also reliably cold all winter long. And people that live, for example, down here in Willow, sometimes their winter doesn't really get good enough conditions until, December. But you want to be training your dogs in October and November. So they'll drive up here to Cantwell, and then they'll mush their dogs out here on the highway. So you see a lot of dog teams training out here, regardless of if there's a race or not. Now, there's no one lives on this highway. There's literally like 3 people. 3 properties. Jesse Holmes lives somewhere around here. And then you've got Squid Acres Kennel somewhere out here. Near this bridge over this is the Susitna River. And then you've got Alpine Creek Lodge, and they are about right here. And the race is literally just one run on this highway all the way to the Alpine Creek Lodge. And then you hang out there, drink some beers. I think the winner gets like $500 or something. It's a social event, but it's a fun way to let your dogs kind of run fast, and it's good for them. They take a little break at the lodge, and then they have to this is not part of the race, but they do end up having to mush your dogs back to here to the highway where you can actually drive from, right? So you park your dog truck here, you load up your dogs in the truck, you drive all the way to here, mush out the highway, hang out at Alpine Creek Lodge, which is on a hill right here, or a mountain. So it's always a little warmer here than it is at the bottom of the riverbed. And so that's the kind of breakdown of the ACE race. So you guys have an idea of where it goes, what's it about. And I've spent thousands of miles traveling on this highway, both on the dog team, snowmobile, and a car. And it's a beautiful place. And, you know, it's a good alternative to going into the park, where here there's a lot less rules. You can just drive. You don't have to tell anyone. You just go out there. You can bring your dog. That's the gist of the ACE race, as we call it, the Alpine Creek Excursion race. If you're wondering how close we are to Russia, this is completely unrelated to mushing, but see these 2 little islands right here? This one is ours, and this one is theirs, and they're like a few miles apart. That's how close we are to Russia.